Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Welcome, everyone, to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party. I'm Philip Gilfus, one of your co-hosts. I'm joined, as always, by Daniel Prue and Darren Moser. Gentlemen, welcome to one of the few remaining weeks of no new Star Trek.
I don't know what to do with myself, guys. It's almost here. It's almost here.
This is not as long as the break that we had last time, so I guess you can't really complain.
Talking about the one that was like decades long.
So yeah, it'll be a few weeks. I don't even have the calendar in front of me, but a few weeks until Lower Decks, and then I don't know if we've necessarily
Lower
have a date after
Decks.
that.
Lower
Yes.
Decks.
But presumably there will be a series quickly coming after that. I'm going to assume Discovery. I can't say that for sure, but one assumes, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see. I guess Picard has said 2022, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. So that's at least not Picard this year.
True.
I haven't seen Strange New Worlds with a date yet. So,
and I have to assume Prodigy is probably fairly soon. Like they're starting to talk about it more and more.
Mm-hmm. So maybe they're because I know they sort of do the panel appearances for Prodigy and a lot more artwork. So for all we know, maybe it's after Discovery. We don't know. But
plus Section 31.
No,
don't hold your breath, Daniel.
What is more likely to happen? Calculate the odds, Daniel. What's more likely to happen? Star Trek 4 or Section 31 series?
Well, we did get announcement about Star Trek 4.
Yeah. It got a director again. It's great.
It got another director. So yeah, I'd say there's a good chance that it's never ever going to happen. Ever in a million years, never going to happen.
Daniel, have you been listening for the past 10 years about Star Trek productions? Don't you know? Don't you realize it's not real? It's not going to be a real movie.
But yeah, so that's pretty much mostly all the new news that I can think of. But I'll do a quick turn. Any of y'all been doing any Star Trek-ness? I have finished season 1 of the animated series.
Oh, well, you got a few handful of episodes left.
That's right.
What was the cliffhanger of an episode that ends the first season?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the Jihad, which you don't see many episode names like that.
Yeah.
So, it was interesting. It's one of those, the animated series I think does, and I don't know if they're good nor bad, in as much as like, we're just going to have Kirk and Spock and some randos, and it's like a heist, and it's more than that, but so it's kind of like The Chase or something, but it's like, we're not going to have the whole crew. But then it's even more interesting that the episode 2 or prior was the only Kirkless episode there was. So, they can try a few things. They can just have a few characters sometimes. They don't need to have the whole cast. So it's interesting.
Again, 24-minute episodes. Like, it's really fast. Like, it goes really quick.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. What about you, Daniel? Any Star Trek-ness going on?
Well, we are halfway through the last episode of season 1 of Deep Space Nine. So we are also finishing a season 1. Though I haven't seen all of the animated series, I would venture to guess maybe this is a little stronger because it's a great episode. It's the
season 1 DS9. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, the duet was right before, and then right after that it was this one, which is the blowing up the school episode. It's the creationism in the schools. Whatever. I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's Kai Wynn shows up. So there you go, Kai Wynn.
Space Karen on the scene.
Everyone loves to hate Kai Wynn. So
it's so easy, though. It's so easy.
It is very easy. Yeah.
And what about you, Darren? Any Star Trek-ness going on?
I haven't been watching much recently, but I did see a bit of an article the other day that said that in an early version of Star Trek 2009, they were considering to have Nichelle Nichols play Uhura's grandmother. In true Star Trek, someone plays their own ancestor-ish kind of.
Daniel vetoed it. So.
But then Daniel said no, so they didn't do it.
It would be weird to have Nichelle Nichols and
then Leonard Nimoy is there, but not as his own grandmother.
Not as the same characters, yeah. I think that was
maybe that's why they dropped it. Maybe so.
Now, Darren, I know you have a new podcast, but maybe have you ever thought, and I know you're mostly Star Wars, but not exclusively, but have you ever thought of making an exocomp? I mean, I feel like that'd be
it's on the
maker
list.
project. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what would you name it would be the next question.
It would be Peanut Butter Hamper, of course. It's the perfect name.
And every time you turn it on, it just runs away.
It just turns out to be really apathetic. Yeah.
Look, it's taking a sabbatical year. It's just going to go wander the Jeffries tubes and come back and maybe finish its associate degree. Like, that's really not that bad.
Not everyone gets to be the hero. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, speaking of Star Trek series, we're going to be concentrating on Star Trek Discovery. Now, it's no secret that the trio here at City Alpha 3 are not the biggest Discovery fans. And not to speak for everyone, but I think we like a lot of the characters. I think it's just more.
We wish we'd seen more of certain ones.
Yeah. So what I thought we would do is kind of a little exercise. I know we all like to kind of write series and write movies and write episodes and all that. We're not going to do that, but I just thought we would kind of go through the character list and just talk about what we would like to see in season 4 for these characters, hopes and dreams. We kind of know a slight little bit.
Can it start with Saru waking up from a terrible dream about the burn and it didn't happen? But no, I guess I don't want to retcon too much.
No, the only framing we really have is the crew, there's a big anomaly, and that's about all we got. So, as long as it doesn't go outside that structure, you're fine.
That sounds like Voyager.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go with the main character of the main characters, and that's Captain Michael Burnham of the Starship Discovery. So, Darren, anything in particular? You can have nothing. You don't have to have anything, but anything you'd like to see Captain Burnham do?
Field promotion of Ensign Tilley into the command program. It's Gitter and Red. I think that needs to happen right away.
Okay. All right.
But that's more about Tilly. That's not about Michael.
That's something Michael can do.
Oh.
But no,
She's still rooming with her. That's the.
I'm interested in what their mission's going to be. Is it going to be another universe-saving escapade, or is it going to just be exploring?
No.
Spreading the dilithium. Like, do they have like a trailer that's attached to the back of the? It's full of all the dilithium. It doesn't have to be physically attached
because
they
Wells
got
Fargo wagon with dilithium.
Yeah, and they just they got a great big convoy going through the space, and they're just.
Wait, are you trying to turn this into Space Truckers again, Darren?
It's Wagon Train on the Stars, Philip. That is the official name.
I saw that come up on Amazon Prime, by the way. I've never seen it, but I did think of you. I want to watch it.
Oh, Space Truckers is gloriously bad, but it is fun to watch.
All right. Well, what about you, Daniel? Again, if you don't have to have anything, but anything for Captain Burnham this year or season 4?
Honestly, they've done so much. They might as well go full bore, lean all the way into it, and just turn her into Space Jesus, since she's going to be the savior of the. I can't. It's frustration. I would like to see if since we're doing the Captain Burnham thing. We don't really have any years, like the year 1 Batman stories and stuff like that. I don't think we've seen that. I guess we've kind of technically seen that perspective with Cisco, just because he wasn't that rank. But in terms of actual captaining of a ship, we've never seen somebody fresh. So I think you could do some interesting stories with that. I think maybe she's just not. Because she does have command experience, of course. She was the commander on the Shenzhou for a long time.
Experience in mutiny.
Yeah. Well, you can't mutiny the mutineer, Darren, so it's okay.
Wait. Yeah, that's why they made her captain, because she can't mutiny against herself. No.
What's she going to do? Not listen to an admiral?
Yeah.
That's what every captain does.
Yeah.
She phasers herself. I'm taking control of this mission.
It's like City Slickers, where she pulls out her own phaser and aims at herself. Like, watch out, she's got a phaser.
But I think there's some interesting drama you could do with that. Maybe she's just not sure of being an actual captain. Maybe she does have to fit back in the command structure because maybe she still hasn't really found her place. I don't know. It's kind of hard to build off that weird will she, won't she sound of thing they had in season 3. But I'm sure there's some stuff there that could be interesting.
Maybe more diplomacy. Yeah. maybe we have a couple more trips to Trill and not Vulcan, and maybe she's just trying to add more stars. Maybe she's got a big, giant United Federation flag behind her desk, and every time they gather another planet back into the fold, she pops another star on it.
It's a pip.
I like it.
They're all the
it's
pips
it's a planet pip.
I like it. Because I mean, again, this is just from teasers. We don't really know, but like, it seems like this, galactic anomaly threat. One thing they are pushing is that they're going to get, bring together, as that's very Star Trek, Federation and non-Federation. It kind of reminds me of kind of like Captain Archer, in Enterprise, bringing together all the species against the Romulan threat.
But this is going to be a Federation crew, not a Maquis one, right? No.
We can do things the Federation way or the non-Federation way.
Can they bring up the Maquis and they're just like, oh, you mean that blip in our history that lasted like nothing to even remember by?
Everybody from the future would just happen to know exactly what you were talking about. That's just how Star Trek works sometime.
I'm an expert in late 24th century history.
I did my dissertation on the Voyager incident.
That was 1,000 years ago, man. Get over it.
Okay. Yeah, with Captain Burnham, again, we're unfortunately not big Michael fans, and that's just us, though. We know people are, and that's great. I just settling into the captain's role. I think that the not the struggle, but I think a challenge is that she's friends with everyone, so it's not like she has to like learn to be a captain because she's friends with everyone. So, which I know it can have its own challenges, but it's not like a new vessel where you're a new captain, like Darren, you were saying, and Dan, you were saying, where she's having to like learn. Like she's been on Discovery, she knows everyone. It's not like, I don't know who she'll pick to be her XO.
Her learning to be captain was season 1 through 3 of Discovery. So.
Yeah. So, but the show's about her ostensibly. So, I don't know. I don't know where she could. I don't mean this in a negative way. I don't know where she can grow. That's more of like I don't know what direction to take her in. Obviously you can do whatever you want. So
you could have her get over all of her fake, like mother issues. I can't even remember what happened to Georgiou at the end of season 3. Can you remind me?
She went through the Guardian of Forever.
Oh, the Guardian. Okay, yeah. She's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I guess it would be more interesting to see because Michael. We're not going to do the Michael podcast, but anyway. But it'd be interesting to see her a role reversal, see her mentoring. Like I know we got a little, like very very little, doing it with Tilley. I know we say that she's doing it, but we don't really see much of it. But whether, or anyone else, doesn't have to be Tilley, but where she's now playing the mentor, she's now being the Georgiou. Because we only saw Georgiou for like 2 episodes. We're like,
she's now being the evil empress of the mirror universe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I meant the prime Georgiou. We all liked her. Got it, and then she died. So it was like, yeah, be that. That's cool. So anyway, have some epic moments, But anyway, okay. So we'll do reverse order here. So, Daniel, we don't know... Well, we know where he is, but we don't know what he's doing. What would you like to see for Captain Sabbatical Saru?
Captain Asterisk.
I didn't know what you meant by reverse order, and I was like, who's the lowest ranked person on the ship? I'm not sure. Where are we going? Here's the thing. So I read there was an article, and I don't know how recent it was, but it was an interview with Doug Jones, basically stating that he wanted to step back from the role. I think so. I think that's kind of what they did to him. I think maybe the prosthetics and the makeup was a bit too much for all the time. So we're gonna see less of him, I assume, which is unfortunate. And I guess he's gonna be a big brother to that kid who broke the universe. I guess I don't know. That's where it seems like they're building him. I don't know. What I want to see is any Saru. I'm fine with any Saru because Saru is awesome, but I don't know what direction. If he's not going to be like an actual crew member or like a regular crew member, I don't know what you can do with that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
And again, this is just. I've not watched the trailer a million times. I just remember saying they did show Kelpians. It wasn't Saru. They did. You saw Saru, but I'm saying that we saw other Kelpians, and obviously you can't have a Kelpian without Saru. So I don't know if they're going to be one of the species they have to join this coalition or what. But I don't know. So Darren, what would you like to see with Saru?
Yeah, I need to refresh
Captain Inactive.
the trail. Yeah, I think two things need to happen. So obviously, an episode needs to revolve around Saru running for president of Cmdr, and he needs
First
help
Minister.
on his campaign trail, and then the transmitter from that planet to the Discovery obviously is going to be audio only for the entire season. Thus, Doug Jones doesn't have to get into makeup.
Nice. Wait,
Problem
is it Cmdr?
solved. I thought it was. It's not.
Or is it? I was
It's not
thinking Camino,
Kelpia.
but that's from Star Wars.
No, Camino
right?
it's Star Wars.
But those are also kind of look similar. The Kaminoans, those clone people, they're real tall.
True,
they're Doug Jones.
not quite as much of a neck, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be Doug Jones if he CG'd his neck the entire time. But yeah, no, I think. Well, again, knowing that about the actor and how, I mean, obviously we have to take that into account on how that's going to impact the character, and that does make sense for him to take a smaller role. But I guess we're just visiting. We're going to visit the planet because otherwise, is he literally going to call up Michael like every couple of episodes to check in? Like, I don't know if I want that.
I can imagine 3/4 the way through the season. Discovery's chugging along doing its thing. And
some shuttle comes barreling in at the 11th hour, and it's Saru!
Well, it's like, there's a ship coming along, and Captain Burnham's like, what is it? And I don't know. One of the
NCCSURU. What is that? I didn't even know we did letters nowadays.
One of the crew officers is like, I don't know. It's a courier or something.
Oh, man. If they did that, if they straight up did that, I would forgive it. I would completely forgive it as abashedly.
Like, Saru.
Yeah.
And Captain Burnham's like, his commission, reactivate his commission.
After what? A month? How long it's been since he's been in the
We don't know
command.
how long the series has been. They did a
That's
year
true.
in like an episode, so.
Well, that's true.
Am I vaguely remembering this wrong, or it was a fever dream or something? But like, did the trailer was it not just like they were talking about the Kelpians joining Starfleet or the Federation? Or is that
the trailer was April, so I got to watch it again because it's been a while.
I don't remember. We probably should have done that.
I remember there being some thing about like you saw flags or species about who's in the Federation. People were like, oh look, that species is now in there, like Bajor and that. And that.
Yeah, Bajor. Yeah, there was a flag of Bajor. I remember that. And I don't remember about the Kelpians, but
cool. All right. And as for me, Saru, like I hadn't heard about that about Doug Jones, though. I mean, I can understand it. I don't know what he's personally wants to do, but I mean, obviously he's more of a movie star, or that's what he does. And so TV series, I know it can be comfortable, but for him it may be literally uncomfortable. Whereas a movie, you do the thing for a couple months and then you don't do it. Whereas TV, you're doing that makeup every friggin' day or something. So I can imagine he wants to maybe take a break. But anyway, I a lot of people like Saru. I mean, I do not like him. But yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to have his sort of side questy episode maybe this season. He's sort of like the O'Brien of TNG. It's always good when he's there, but he's not there all the time. So I don't know.
Is Saru going to be standing there with a big yellow exclamation mark above his head?
Hello, adventurer.
I need you to shoot 17 asteroids for me.
All right. Well, this is sort of random here. I mean, still kind of main characters here. So, Darren, this next one's for you. Paul Stamets. What would you like to see from him?
I want to jump straight to the holographic, like, only in her
Magic?
mind character that showed up for, like, a tiny bit. What was that character? Was she a spore creature? I forget.
Wait, in whose mind?
It wasn't this season. It was, like, season 2.
You're talking about Tilly's mind? That was
Yeah.
her friend from
Her friend from Yale.
The mushroom. She was the mushroom.
Okay. Did that get resolved? I feel like it didn't.
Of course not.
Okay. I want her to come back.
It was Culber was the mushroom monster in her reality,
and that's how they got Culber back because they regretted killing him immediately.
Yeah.
Whoops, we did something real.
Okay,
bad.
but Stamets, I mean,
and not to define people by their partners, but their Stamets kind of like Dash Culber, so you can go either one.
I mean, I guess it's just going to be, being the parents to their, surrogate kids. I get.
Adira, if you're looking for that.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what they've set up. So I really don't see them straying from that. And we're getting farther and farther away from spore jumping. Like, he needs something else besides being like the thing that plugs into the engine. Like, honestly, like, I mean, maybe he does a correspondence course or something and gets some, interdisciplinary training, because, yeah, it was great that he, was the founder of this technology, but I want his character to move beyond that, and not be just defined by that and his relationship, to Culber. Like, give him more to do. Make him the chief engineer or something. Give him, I don't know.
Already have a chief engineer now, Darren.
But cameo at best, Daniel.
I'm just listen. I didn't make these characters, so don't blame me.
It's a new season. We can have new roles. We can do whatever we want. So you want Stamets to now be chief engineer? He's chief engineer. It's boom.
Or head of something. Yeah.
Give
him more responsibility.
Mushroomotics, or whatever the heck they call it.
Mushroomotics.
Well, and it's well, I don't know how interesting it is, but obviously the concept is now. Okay, you guys have to remind me how we resolved it. I know we, whether we liked it or not, we resolved the problem last season of like the dilithium planet going to blow up and kill everyone. Now that we got rid of the crazy Kelpian. Okay, but we still have to like restart the fleet. Now that we know that dilithium's not going to explode anymore.
Oh, that's a good point.
Stamets.
They can go back to the dilithium standard because it's rarer still, but they're not in. There's no fear of a new burn.
Isn't there? Any kid who loses his parents could cause the burn. Never mind. We're not going to get into that. But
well, I think by removing the kid from the planet, they kind of pulled. They put the pin back in the grenade.
There could be a million dilithium planets for all we know.
With a million orphans.
That's right. We don't know.
And how we treat those orphans.
Doesn't that say a plot device?
But yeah, for Stam, I don't. He's had not a weird, but a character arc. He was asshole season 1 and still slightly asshole in season 2. But then the loss of Culber, and then the getting back of Culber, and now season 3 he was kind of like sensitive, counselor, dad. Kind of not as assholic, for better or for worse. He kind of grated me when he first showed up, and now I kind of miss that sort of inside of him. Like, now he's just too nice. I don't know. I like him when he was a little bit more,
Yeah, it was a little bit of personality, and now that's kind of gone.
Yeah, now he just smiles a lot, and it's creepy. But, yeah, and Culber, I don't know. The whole parenthood thing, I don't know, because it's a little tacked on, because we'll get to Adira, but, like, she's not that young. It's old teenager, like, she'll be applying
and
to
she's a
Academy
Trill,
any day.
So
here,
how old is she really, like, experience-wise?
Well, it's new to her, so obviously that she needs help with the transition. And they, of course, is the pronoun there. But yeah, that's I don't know. Obviously we got good parent stuff with Ben Sisko, and Jake. So I don't know the Stamets / or hyphen Culber household, hyphen tall. I don't know. So, all right. Well, Darren, you brought her up. Tell us all about season 4 Tilley.
Oh, so
Exo Tilley.
I guess I don't know.
She was already Exo, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just feels like they're going to do a lot more of kind of just going through the same motions with a lot of these characters. Like, I don't know if they're really at the stage now in season 4. Are they going to get new traits?
Uniforms? Yes.
Well, yes, uniforms. But, are they going to get new things to define them? Or is it just going to be a continuation of who they are? So I don't know.
What would you like to see? It's not what we think they'll do. It's what would you like to do?
What if she's the one that has the difficulty feeling like she's in the future, meaning, she still had friends and parents and family, and and other things that she maybe doesn't miss a ton, but it's just like all that's gone, completely gone. And so she's the one person we dump all of those feelings on to be the person having a difficulty adjusting to being in the future.
The problem...
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the problem, I think, with that is just that knowing Tilley, like, we've learned that she doesn't have tremendous amount of friends, or, she wasn't close to her family. You know what? I was thinking in the direction more of, like, I kind of wish, just, based on my own feelings on the matter, but also, like, I kind of think that she would be in a good place to develop some resentment or conflict with Michael. There was that one episode, I think, in season 3 where she got mad at her because she'd made her do something, like she had to cover for her. I can't remember. It was in front of the admiral, and
when she took the ship with Book and she put her in a spot.
That's right. Yes, when Tilley. Yeah, exactly. And Sharu and Tilley are having a conversation about it, and Tilley's like, "You need to be tough on her. Like, you need to I understand why you did what you did," sort of a thing.
Right. On letting her get away with it, but she was kind of like, you need to be tough on her.
Yeah. And so I could see, or I think someone should maybe hold Michael accountable, because she's made some terrible decisions that have just through pure luck and screenwriting
and plot,
they've turned out really, really well, but they're really terrible decisions to make on the path. And maybe Tilley needs to be the one that's like, you messed up a whole bunch, and then it'll cause some conflict between the two of them, and then you could kind of move both of them forward that way.
I don't know if I'd be a fan of it, but it'd be something to do. Discovery has no rules. What would be interesting to see with Tilley is that, not that I think they're necessarily saying they're going to do this, but we do whatever we want. If they're rebuilding the fleet, such as it is, or rebuilding the Starfleet, literally, maybe we get kind of a Data on the Sutherland situation where, like, Tilley gets temporary command of a ship, of a small ship, and so we get sort of Tilley in command of a new ship that's not her friend.
So more Sutherland, less Nightingale, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Gosh, that's the Voyager episode for those who don't remember. Yes.
What was the Nightingale?
That's the one where Harry
Kim's
Kim
first command.
got command, and he brought his clarinet and made poor choices.
I remember that episode. He was in charge. It's a Starfleet ship?
No.
Yeah.
It's just a ship.
It was then it was an alien
The lollipop.
ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he sets up his own quarters. He brings like personal mementos to decorate it. Like, it's weird. It's like, dude, it's just like you're away at day camp and you're pretending it's a thing. But
yeah, because I think the good bad challenge is that there's a lot of. We're going to go through some of them. We're probably not going to go through all of them. Because I can always remember their names, but that's my fault, not theirs. There's a lot of characters in Discovery, so I hate to be like, Tilley should be on another ship with a whole new characters. Because we don't really need any new characters. But I think the challenge is that everyone here is friends, and so it's hard to like. Oh, now Tilley's in command. Well, she's friends with everyone.
Right.
Michael's she's friends with everyone. There's no. We kind of did a little bit of the awkward, like, Tilley is XO, but then she got it in like 2 seconds, and so it wasn't really that much of a conflict. She's a natural, people. Right. And so,
but I bought it more when it happened to Tilley, and Stamets and everybody in engineering was like, "We're happy for you. We think you deserve it," and all this sort of thing. I bought that more because she was with these people the whole time. I didn't buy the Michael thing as much. I didn't buy the emotional Michael, and I know that's neither here nor there. But it's like so I see them as a group being supportive generally, but I don't know. That's fine.
And maybe this is a season where we would like to see everyone not at each other's throats. We don't want Mirror Universe. I don't want it. But to find some conflict that pushes people away for whatever reason, because they are now a big family. They've gone through 3 seasons of hell, basically, and good stuff too. And so what would be something that would, the disco party. Yeah. So what would be something that would kind of, maybe, not that this would ever happen, but maybe something that would question the Discovery disbanding. Maybe it's time. Well, maybe it's time for people to start making their lives in this future, and that's not necessarily together. What is my new career? I mean, and you can pick any character you want. Maybe it is Tilley, who's like, well, maybe I want to go work at the New Daystrom Institute, which is on this planet, or whatever. It's, you can't live in the Discovery.
Wow, that name of that institute stuck around for 1,000 years. Like that's
the New Daystrom.
Oh,
Institute,
the new.
yeah. Or the new.
No. She wants to go to Planet Daystrom now. That's where she is.
Oh.
There you go.
They make planets.
After they rebuilt it after the Third Borg War,
Yes.
It's been a long time, guys. Like anything could happen in that interim
Derek, check
time.
the flags. Borg are in the Federation now. Didn't you see
Oh.
that?
Yeah, who knows?
no.
Who knows?
All right. Daniel, anything for Tilley? I don't think I put you or asked you specifically.
Yeah, I suggested something, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I think you were talking about with the emotional tones because Tilley used to feel the feels, but I mean,
You're saying. I think you were
again,
saying more conflict with Michael.
Oh
'Cause-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was. That was my idea. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about that, and again, without introducing a new ship and new characters, you know what? I mean, maybe this is lame, but
Maybe she gets
like,
the Enterprise Q or whatever number letter
you
they're
cannot
at.
you cannot name an Enterprise Q. I don't think that's allowed.
I was thinking maybe Tilley becomes like, I can't remember the guy's name, the Admiral's new adjunct or something.
That'd be cool.
Admiral
And then
Money?
we'd still see her a lot because we'd be spending time with the Admiral. And I kind of see Tilley being the one who totally dives into like what is the state of the galaxy now and becomes like the expert on that. Because honestly, even though Michael was there a year, she was a year like on the fringe surviving as a day trader or whatever she was, and so she doesn't really have a picture of the galaxy right now. So that could be Tilley's foray.
And then speaking of someone who knows the picture of the galaxy, Book.
That's right, he's still alive,
Karen.
so that's good. I think so. So,
Yeah, he is.
Book, well, maybe he stays with Tilley, or he goes back to his planet and becomes regent. Or I don't know.
Well, Michael and him are, a pair.
yeah, that's true. But and that's true that he was heading towards like a Starfleet commission, but he hadn't quite done something. He hadn't wowed the Sorting Hat yet, so he didn't get his pips.
Yeah, I want to see that episode where Michael's like, Book, talk to the Admiral. You're Ensign Book, and he's like, wait, what? So I'm Ensign and you're the captain. He's like, yeah, we're not going to see each other. You're on lower decks. I go to the special dining room, but we, off hours. Oh, you're on Delta shift. Never mind. All right, well, Ensign Book, we'll see you.
That's true. It's like you happen to get assigned Alpha Shift, really?
Well, I just never got whether they were. Again, this is.
I mean,
like,
they were obviously in a relationship, but what is it gonna? And at the end, he was kind of like, "You've convinced me to join Starfleet," is basically what he's saying.
When she
But
was
what does
not,
that mean?
She didn't want to be in Starfleet for most of the season, so I don't know how. Her enthusiasm for the organization with which she was struggling.
The way you were describing how much you hate this, it really made me want to join it.
Well, like, I almost, because we think, or I don't want to speak for everyone, when you think, like, oh, they'll hand wave commission, but then, like, you kind of think about Star Trek and you're like, I don't know, there's, like, the 7 of 9 and the T'Pol's of it all, where, like, he'll just keep the same uniform and just give them the badge.
There's always
You're
the
in
one
Starfleet.
person on the bridge that doesn't have the uniform. That's the
you're
and we know he's an
right.
alien.
Just
So
in Starfleet.
You would
I
think
don't
that
know.
here's the thing Star Trek doesn't have that they should, and
he
it's
gets a comm badge, like Neelix.
It's a
Just the-
visitor's comm badge.
Yeah,
That's what
visitor's
it should be.
comm
Like Picard?
It's on a lanyard, and yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It just says visitor. It's like 8 inches wide. It's like the aliens are boarding, and they're like, "Wait, are you even in Starfleet?" Yes, totally. I totally am. But your name is Visitor. Yes.
Vitor. It's just
Can we
Vitor.
find out if the cat's an alien, please, or like what that
grunge.
whole deal is?
Yeah.
Because that was a loose thread.
I don't remember a lot about Book. I remember
Well, he talks with the animals.
He talks to the animals, and that was important for one episode
Walks
for
with the
some
animals.
reason. And then they kissed at the end, I think. And that was it, I think, right? So do we?
And he had his quote unquote, brother on the planet, and he saved him.
Yeah, yep.
And
on the Firefly.
well, I remember
Firefly
at the very end, he was talking to Saru, and he's basically like, "I want to join," and Saru's like, "We basically need to watch and look for amazing things from you." And then I'm assuming the events of the end of the season was enough to bring him in.
Yeah, he flew his ship, and they were chasing the Discovery or whatever.
Yeah, it's like attacking that giant ship.
Did the Millennium Falcon coming in at the
Yeah, willing to self-sacrifice with one of their crew members. I guess that's enough.
Yeah, I didn't mind Book, I guess. But
Oh, yeah.
do we need Book? Can we say that his character development is that he just leaves and we never see him again? And like,
I don't see them doing that. He's the relationship with Michael. They're not
but he
going to
doesn't have
remove
to
him.
be. Michael had other relationships. He doesn't have.
Not romantic relationships.
What are you talking
Well-
about? Ash Tyler was. What do you mean?
Yeah, that was like season 1, man. That was
1,000 years
forever.
ago.
That was 1,000 years ago.
But now I'm trying to do like every.
She
Star
looked
Trek
up
season
Spock.
had-
Did she look up Ash Tyler in the data? I don't know.
Oh, that's telling, isn't it? That's telling.
That's true. Section 31 lock on it.
It's all redacted.
Yeah.
Was it section 33 by now? Like, it's been a while. Like, have
She
they
goes on
added
Klingon
numbers?
Wikipedia and see what she can find.
Klingon Wikipedia.
Section 31 repeating.
Wicca with a Q.
Ooh,
pedia.
nice. That's good.
And maybe they want to open her up to new romantic relationships. They have Tyler.
They don't
have
need to
Book,
make
and-
her the Kirk of the 38th century or
I
whatever.
was like, all captains have love interests. Picard had his, and
It doesn't have to be long-standing love interest, though. It could be just
Yeah.
episode of the week love interest. Like, oh, this is just a fling. She can have flings. But what is Book,
captain's prerogative.
what exactly? What does Book bring to this show? Whatever.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to have a soapbox here, but Janeway had him, but not really. I feel like they're always afraid to kind of do that with Janeway for whatever reason. Whereas with Michael, you can do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like every other captain.
It's okay. She was in a relationship before she got captain, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Can't get in relationships after you're captain.
that's true.
He's grandfathered
I'm gonna
in the Starfleet Charter.
Yes. I'm going to go out of order on my list. Next would be Adira. Well, not next. I'm going out of order. Adira Tall, and then dash Gray Tall. It depends how you want to deal with Gray. So, Daniel, any thoughts about our... I, again, have to be pronoun here. With them, I forgot what uniform they were wearing. Like, are they cadet or are they an ensign? I couldn't tell because that's in the teaser, but...
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to remind me. The ghost of the past
Is Gray.
and they became a person through the magic of the angry Kelpian.
Well, they're not a person, are they? I mean, they're not...
It's
They're
more like
real.
she can
Corporeal.
actually talk to a past self, which is nothing that any other Trill has been able to do, and we don't know
Other
why.
people can see or did see them briefly.
Just for that...
Just for the hologram episode, like
yeah.
he was able to latch his consciousness into the holo matrix for some reason, and
Okay, but everybody else can't see them.
no,
right?
can't
Correct.
see her. She's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. She's not crazy.
Oh!
I hate this. I really think it's awful and terrible, and it just seems pointless. I don't know. I wish. I don't know. It feels pointless to me. I like Adira, and I kind of liked like the first, like maybe it was just like everything was jumbled like when it first happened and or whatever, but like this like it's. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something cool with it. I just so I'll just focus on the one character. Where they, I guess, now are like a kind of an adoptive child to Stamets and Culber. That's kind of cool. That's fun. That's a very non-traditional type of family dynamic. I think you could do some fun stuff with that. Although, like you mentioned earlier, Philip, I think they're like 17 already. It's like you're not gonna like. There's not a lot of stuff to build on there. It's like you're not teaching them to grow up and be a person. It's like at that point they are themselves. And
I know they won't do this, but it's like the writers are like, you know what we should do again? I mean, I know we shouldn't recycle, but you know what the fans want? Wesley Crusher again. Let's do the Wesley Crusher again.
where they're an ultimate smart
They're
person.
Wunder Trill.
Is Adira? Gosh, first episode. Captain Burnham makes Adira acting ensign.
Oh no! And their uniform is like 3 multicolored stripes. It represents the Trill and the history
Pride.
of Wesley Crusher. Pride.
Yeah, I think because again, you have these characters. Like the difference in Adira is the fact that she's from this time, the characters is from but they're not using that. You have the Admiral, you have the Trill, you have other characters like Space Mom kind of. She came through time. But what I'm saying is I'm surprised that they're not leveraging these characters that are actually from this time to be in some sort of role. Instead, it's just our crew's good enough without needing to really know what's going on. That's why, when Michael went down to Trill and is all like, you need to rejoin. And it's like, who are you to say that this, to change the course of our geopolitical connections with this Federation?
I'd like to see Adira sort of like a reverse situation with the 2 dads, I guess. They're giving basically history lessons to Stamets and Culver just every evening,
like little flashcards
in front of the holographic board. Okay, we're gonna cover the 2500s.
Ooh,
okay.
there you go.
Actually,
that'd be really fun.
Well, imagine just this crazy scenario.
Culver's how is opera doing now? Just
this crazy scenario that whatever. Put it in the real world kind of connotation. It's somebody from a whole ship from the 11th century shows up at some naval base or whatever, and they just let these people go around under the banner of your group and organization and cause havoc just because they happen to have some sort of technology that you're not familiar with. No, that's not. You don't. No, you can take the thing that this person has. You don't just let them go around and do whatever they want when they have no idea of the historical context or what's going on or anything like that. So, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I like Adira too. What would do it for me? This is me.
I think she's in blue. I was thumbing through the trailer again. I'm pretty sure she's in a blue uniform, which makes sense. I mean, science along with Stamets.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is that everyone sort of have these amorphous positions? So give me a job title for Adira. Just that's what I want. I want a job title for Adira. Assistant sensor technician. Just give me something. Just so
Master of Trilonomics. Here's a thing I want to see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we know between the original series and next gen, not only did the uniforms change, but the positions changed. You didn't have a navigator anymore,
right.
And you had ops officer and things like that. I want to see that happen where one of the bridge crew is your role is redundant now, and you need to do something else because we don't operate
job
that
retraining.
Way. Yeah, something like that. I think that would be interesting to see.
I don't know. I can't think of a bridge crew's name.
We'll do with that
guy. The guy that's back there.
Oakinson. Oakinson.
Akonu. I'm saying her name wrong. I'm 100% saying her name wrong. But she's the navigator, isn't she?
I think so. And then the other one's the pilot.
Wait, she's the one that left, right?
What do you mean left?
Wasn't that the one that had the episode where?
No, that was that's not Khan, but
that was the security lady, right?
Yes,
security lady left. Okay,
from the Enterprise.
Sorry. Yeah, that's my mistake. I was getting confused there.
Oh yeah, the begin with an N.
Yeah.
We love the show so much, guys. We know all the characters.
I was like Bizarrian. I was thinking the name of the wormhole because that's what it's named after.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. We've seen every episode and some multiple times. I don't blame us for not remembering these characters' names. They do not bring them up enough. They don't even call themselves each other by name.
Except Michael Burnham.
Except Michael
Like
Burnham.
I practically feel like
got
I know
that
her
one.
middle name even though I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spock.
Well, here's a
Michael
random
Spock
character.
Burnham. Is that what you're saying?
And it'll open up for anyone. Darren, what would you like to see done with Jet Reno?
I mean, she's gonna be in it barely because I'm
Chief
pretty sure
engineer,
she's still
new chief engineer. Sam's like,
she's
no,
all cameoed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to jump into this series that the writers have created after 4 years, and I don't know what to do with these characters in the 31st century. Maybe Duck Dodgers needs to show up. I mean, I don't know.
I think you need to add another nacelle so we know it's the future. That's the only way we ever know that it's a future show. I mean, just floats. You don't need a.
Well, if you're going to float one above, you got to float one below.
You can have a dozen nacelles because it doesn't matter. Whatever, right?
And the nacelles open up like Shinjan's ship where it makes like a ring of nacelles. You know. Thing won't bank worth a dang, but, you know, it looks cool.
Oh, goodness. All right, here. So any side characters or little characters or anyone that I didn't think about? You know, obviously we can't use any folks going to be in Strange New Worlds, of course, or Section 31. But any other, you know, you want to see the Admiral get a really cool mustache.
He is cool. Do we know if he's... I mean, I like the Admiral.
I'm assuming he's still going to be around. I don't think he was in the trailer.
Hang on. What about that guy?
Oh, Starbase guy?
The time guy. What happened to him?
Wait, the time guy?
Yeah, the Starbase dude. The guy with the glasses.
Oh,
that
Starbase guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starbase guy.
I'm like, what did it have to do with time? Yeah,
The new
No,
lieutenant?
they showed him up at the very, very end. Like the last scene of
Made him a lieutenant.
of the episode was him
Yeah.
finally getting his commission and shaking hands with Michael Burnham.
No. Not that Starbase guy. Sorry.
Okay.
The guy who was on Admiral's Starbase, who was interviewing
Oh, I know you're talking about. The director.
Joe. Yeah, the
Glasses.
director dude.
Glasses guy.
Yeah. The time guy.
director.
He's talking
Yeah.
about time half the time or whatever.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
know.
He knows how the Mirror Universe works.
Yeah.
He only talks
We
to
assume-
Joe.
Yeah, we assume he's future Section 31, but, you know. we
Yeah.
don't know.
Whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know. Nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool just, you know, one or two scenes, you know, with this whole anomaly. He can kind of be like Mr. Exposition, like, yes, the anomaly.
What kind of-
It's very curious.
Well, yeah, it's this light year wide gravitational anomaly that can show up anywhere. And that's, I guess, what we got to figure out. That's the new
He's like, it happened
question.
once before.
Is that-
Guys, it's Future Nexus.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was thinking more that it was V'ger, right? Because V'ger was massive.
Ah.
Certainly wasn't light year wide. That's
Yeah, I
much
was gonna
bigger.
say, wasn't
But
light
that could have
year.
been V'ger in the future. If you project that into the future, maybe V'ger's got
Well,
that
with
big.
V'ger turned into energy and merged
I don't
with
think
the
we're bringing back Stephen
Creator.
Collins.
I don't think they really paid attention to all the stuffs and the things. Hey, what do you guys think? Where should we go with Spock's shuttle?
All Strange New Worlds, we'll find
Yeah,
out.
we'll find out in Strange New Worlds.
Did the shuttle go back to? Oh, he was in the shuttle, so yeah, I guess it did go back.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm sure it'll
You know,
crash.
at land, and they're like, "This is our 7th shuttle," and they put a big Galileo 7 on the side.
They're like, we got to stop naming things
It's
Spock. Shuttle. We gotta
special.
Think of a new
It's
name.
very
Any
special.
suggestions? Any suggestions? Copernicus? No, that's stupid. Galileo. That works. Let's do it.
They're like, "It's always this shuttle." That's the crazy things happen to.
In what way? Sorry, this is gonna be stupid. In what way can we have Discovery be a send-off for the new show, Strange New Worlds? Because they can't like leave. Because
Maybe a pre-recorded message from Michael Burnham to Spock, and he's watching
it.
it at the very beginning of the episode.
See, you know, I was thinking though, I was actually going to bring this up. Is there's this constant rumor, right, that CBS is doing like a Marvel type thing where there's going to be all this crossover at some point.
It's way too cool. They'd
Yeah,
never do that.
I don't know. You know, I would have loved it in the '90s. At this point, I'm not sure it's the right place.
I mean, we had a little bit of it in the 90s. Like, you know, Riker showed up on Voyager
Yeah,
every once in a while, but
but we didn't have like Avengers level
There was like part 1 in TNG, part 2 in Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah, other shows have handled that, but not
Or
Star Trek.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like the Arrowverse or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That would be really cool. Or heck, I'm talking about like when Family Matters went on vacation and the Step by Step crew was like there. That's what I want.
The TGIF.
Everybody shows up on Risa. Everybody goes to Risa. That's the.
The problem is, especially now with the Star Trek universe, everything is like hundreds and thousands of years apart from each other. So it's gonna have to be a time thing, and they've already wasted the Guardian. So it's got to be the Nexus, or it's got to be Q. Could be Q, since we know he's coming in Picard season 2. But yeah.
Wait, are you trying to like recreate the top of the Paramount Mountain where they're all just there?
Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
Okay.
That was it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It's so disparate at this point that you wouldn't be able to build. Well, let's be real. They're not going to build a whole story that brings these things together like slowly and subtly. It's going to be something that happens all at once. So it's got to be something powerful enough that can just.
But you're right, because Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy,
24th,
and
23rd,
Discovery
24th,
are all at different times by massive amounts.
Yes. Yeah.
And Picard,
And
all
Picard.
different times.
And also, Lower Decks is animated, so that's going to be some interesting challenge there. And Prodigy, if they include those things. So.
I would love it. I would love it that they actually have Tawny and Jack Quaid just show up.
Just in the background. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They should.
I still want to see him dress up at a con.
Maybe they do more. Maybe we're going to get that in Lower Decks. One, I think it's fun enough to actually do crossover kind of things. And it's at the right time where you could have, anyone who was cast in the 90s show up and it be plausible. You know what I mean?
And,
like Riker did it in Troy.
And there's no time.
Bashir was on the Enterprise,
There's no time limits with the animation. So
Exactly.
you can use everybody's voices and put them anywhere in their timeline. So you could have, whatever. You could have young, like first season Picard or Stargazer Picard show up. Whatever. You could just start pulling Star Trek characters from all over the place, and that'd be fun. Make it an hour-long season finale episode. Make it a Q episode of Lower Decks, and and take the piss out of yourself and have fun with it. That'd be good. I'd like that.
Now remind me, is Discovery already renewed for season 5?
I don't know. Probably. They usually are renewed before the season even starts.
Well, I mean, I think they renewed it for like 2 seasons at one point, and so I was like, I don't even know where we are anymore. Not that I'm saying, whatever. But, if you don't have it, obviously that kind of defines maybe where your story goes if you don't have the renewal in your hand. So,
No, it's not been confirmed. Nope.
Okay. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just, one assumes they know what they want to do. I mean, like, we're going for 7 if they'll let us. Or, it's not like we're just going to go on forever. I mean, maybe they think that, but, I don't know. All right. Well, that's kind of been our roughshod look at the characters in Season 4 Discovery, which won't happen for several weeks, if not a few months. But we will see what happens. And so, Daniel, until then, if folks want to find out who's in charge of engineering and Discovery, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That's the number 1, not the word. As in, the main engineering set is the number 1 missing set from Discovery.
And Darren, if folks want to talk to you about who has the position on Discovery of Chief Schematics Officer, where can they find you?
Oh, there's a lot more dashed lines in the future because of all those floating nacelles. But they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram under Dr. Sci-Fi, DRSCIFI, or here on the Nerd Party with our new show, Maker's Method.
And if folks want to talk to me about which uniform I'll be wearing through every episode of Discovery, because I'm sure I'll be changing as much as they are, they can find me on Twitter at NCPublicServant, or, since we're just all plugging our other series here on the network, on Time and Space Talking Doctor Who with my wife. Well, until next time, I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Brew.
I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here in another season of City Alpha 3.